military experience second. My academic experience is third. I don't mean to rank them necessarily in an order that suggests that my academic experiences weren't important. They were of very high importance. But when you look at your life and you want to reflect back on it, and I'm 73, almost 73 years old now, I want to know some of the things that I can say to younger people that maybe alert them to some ideas and some further thinking about their future. So in living history is important. I like to listen to old timers in World War II and Korean War. I like to listen to people that had interesting experiences in other parts of the world and have traveled and climbed the mountains, if you will. So I think that Churchill was right generally when he said, if you know history, you can make it. If you ignore it, you do so at your peril. So a little bit of my history might be instructive. It would be to have that grandmother you talked about, who took my brother and I from our farmstead at 60th and Ames outside the city limits of Omaha, which was a dairy farm area near the Wong for Boys and Sorensen's Dairy, and every Saturday marched us to the Benson Library at the fire barn at the corner of 60th and Military by the year many times, because we had a little game that we played. It was check out 5 books and check in 5 books, and if you didn't get them read during the week, you still had to check them back in. The theory of that exercise for 6 or 7 years was that we weren't financially well off at all. We were rich in family, but not in dollars. And she said to me, as a teacher at North High School, living with us, we don't have the money to travel, but you can see the world in books. And that was the premise of that experience early in my life about reading. And you don't learn words on the front screen of a computer. You get them from reading books and thinking about words and what they mean and the etymology, the structure, because if you know the meaning of words, then you have a composition capability. You can orally and in writing express yourself better. So words are important. You got some of that under your belt now, you older ones that have graduated, some of you teaching, some of you students, you get that. That was a very important part of my life. And in that context, my church activity, I had a pastor that was terrific in my Presbyterian church in Benson. And so as a freshman in high school, I wanted to be a Presbyterian pastor, and that was my goal. And by the time I got to be a sophomore in high school, I liked ROTC so well, and those great exercises out in the woods in North Omaha, running around in field exercises, I had set my goal to try to go to West Point. I thought that would be terrific. And by the time I got to be a junior, I was watching Perry Mason on our Zenith round screen TV set that my father finally popped for, a used one though. And I really loved watching the interaction between Perry Mason and a jury. I was fascinated by that activity, and so I aspired to be a lawyer, and now I are one. So it's kind of how it happened. And in that process, learned from parents and from the environment, from safety patrol and church youth group, and from my scouting experiences, the value of teamwork, the value of friendship, the value of connecting the two, and leadership, and so went on to college to get a business degree at Washington University in St. Louis, where I was active, president of my high school student council, president of my student body, active in law school in Lincoln, in the student government. I liked that environment, that experience, for a simple reason. Any social organization, any civic and charitable organization, any fraternity, sorority, DECA, FFA, you could write down a long list of them. You are learning leadership skills. I'm absolutely standing here telling you I rejected the notion that people are born to be leaders. No one that I've ever met or read about, from Gandhi to Churchill, was born to be a leader. They had experiences, and they learned and they studied how to lead. I really believe that everyone, from that person who may be seriously handicapped and challenged to the brightest of minds, can learn to lead. It depends on what your definition might be. Leadership, and there are a lot of comparative definitions there, but in the framework in which a person exists and lives and operates, navigates, leadership can be acquired. And so I think all those experiences gave me that chance to learn how to do those things. And they are skill sets they are perfected by being involved. So, you know, you can sit on a couch or you can get up in the morning and go. And if you like being with people and you like organizational challenge, which I do, I love solving problems, I like building things, so I like to bring people together to try to achieve those goals. Those experiences I had helped me along.